Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to live react to a video. I don't know who this person is. They'll explain who they are at the beginning, I'm sure, but it starts off with like a jump scare. So I'm giving y'all fair warning right off the bat. So this training is called 4 Blocks Holding You Back in Life in 2022. Let's see how this is motivational today. All right, here we go. Again, this is me live reacting to it. I haven't watched this yet. The reason I chose this one is because it was 18 minutes long. We'll see how long it takes me to get through it.
Hello, what's going on everybody? This is Sydney Smith coming to you live from Little Elm, Texas. You can also call me #QueenSyd.
Alright, so Sydney something from Texas and hashtagging herself already. That's... ugh.
What is everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having an awesome Saturday. Welcome, hello. Yes, the 90-day run still happens on Saturdays. Once you're up and on, let me know in the comments below where you're coming in from. Also, drop me a 1 if you are live, and if you're on the replay, you can go ahead and drop me a hashtag replay in the comments.
Alright, so, I don't know if she's a paparazzi person or if she's selling ketone stuff. I don't know who this is. But this was shared in a paparazzi training group. Let's see what she says.
Hello, super excited to be talking to you guys today. We're going to be talking about 4 things, 4 blocks that are really holding people back in life. Oh Lord, this bun is no good.
Again, why are you paying with your hair?
Blocks that are holding people back in life. If you feel like you're gonna get some value from this, make sure you screenshot it. Make sure you share it out to somebody that could also get some value from it as well. This was actually a training that somebody else did for our team, and I was obsessed with it, so I want to retrain it to y'all. So super excited. There are 4 blocks in life that are causing people to not achieve the level that they want to achieve at, or that
Is she one of Jessie Lee Ward's people? I mean, I don't know who she is, but she's all on the ketosis or whatever, and she's got drink ketones challenge behind her and 100K stuff. So I don't think she's a paparazzi, but somebody found this valuable and shared it with me. And I'm reacting to it. So here we go.
It's called a gnome, Jamie. It's a gnome. This is a rainbow gnome. Okay, so there are 4 blocks that are in your life that are stopping you from achieving what you want to achieve in life.
Okay.
And so we're going to talk about all 4 of them, but I'll give you a list first. There are assumptions, interpretations, limiting beliefs, and gremlins. So we're going to go over all 4. I'm going to tell you about all 4, and I'm going to also give you some tips on how to work through them. If that excites you, you can drop me a yes in the comments below. Can you make some hearts fly across the screen? Make sure you share this video out, and let's go. So the first one, like I said, is assumptions. Okay, and I'm gonna give you a definition of assumptions, then I'm gonna give you an example. Assumptions are the expectation that we have failed at something so we are going to fail again. The expectation that we failed at something, and so we are going to fail again, okay? And so if that's you, if you're like, oh my God, that happens to me all the time, then you can drop me a 2 in the comments below so that I know who I'm speaking to. And so this expectation that because we failed at something, we're going to fail again. I think about, some of you all might not know this about me.
If you think you're going to fail at something, then you've already put yourself in the mindset that you're going to fail at it. Not everyone who joins an MLM assumes that they're going to fail at it. They work their asses off. They work super duper hard. They don't assume that they're going into something to fail, okay? But statistics have clearly shown that 90+ % of people who join a multi-level marketing, direct sales, influence marketing, relationship marketing fail. It's just fact, okay? It's fact. So let's keep going here.
But I have had 4 businesses. So I had 3 failed businesses before I started with Pruvit, before I started selling ketones, before I started doing what I'm...
So she's with Pruvit. Okay, but she failed 3 times before that. Is she going to tell us who she was with before? Are they all MLM companies? I think so.
Doing right now is I failed at 3 businesses. So I had a cleaning company that I started. I was with a direct sales company. I was selling inappropriate toys. And then I was also with another health and wellness company before Pruvit. So I have 3 failed businesses under my belt. 3. Okay, how many of you guys can relate to?
All right, so the house cleaning company, yeah, those are hard to get off the ground. But, and it is hard work. And then the other health and wellness company, was it Optivia? I don't know. But then she was with either Pure Romance or Slumber Parties. Yeah, inappropriate toys. Okay. Yeah, unless you live in Utah or a very Christian repressed state, those businesses don't do well, okay? Because there are stores like Lovers and, like the stores in Vegas, the adult superstore, where you can buy the same product that you're selling as a Slumber Party Pure Romance, hun, for less. Just pointing that one out.
You're like, oh my God, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me. And when I got to Pruvit, I was really scared. I was like, I don't, like, why is this going to be different? I have 3 failed businesses under my belt. I've never recruited a single working human. I've never been at the top of the leaderboards. Everything that I've ever done in business, I have quit on because, so like, I'll tell you my,
So she didn't recruit in the last multi-level marketing companies that she was with. So with Pruvit, she probably followed the advice of her upline, probably Jessie Lee Ward or somebody along those lines. And she realized, if I actually want to make money in this, I actually need to recruit people. So the light bulb went on. If I'm actually going to make a go at this, I actually need to step outside my comfort zone and take advantage of others, like others have taken advantage of me. It's not just about selling a product, it's about building a team. She's not going to come out and say that, but that's what she's kind of alluding to here.
My cleaning company failed because I really liked watching Netflix. I will be so honest with you. I was really good at booking cleaning gigs. I was really good at marketing the cleaning. I didn't want to actually go do the cleaning. So that's why my cleaning business actually failed, was because I would literally book clients and then not show up.
So yeah, that's your problem. That's your work ethic. That's why you failed.
And then not show up. Okay, and so this assumption that because I have 3 failed businesses under my belt that I was gonna fail again at this was super, super prevalent when I started with.
Why? Because you were afraid you weren't going to show up and actually do the job? That's why so many people get into direct sell marketing, because they don't like to be an actual boss, but they like to claim they're the boss. You're not a boss, babe, when you're just promoting a product and recruiting people, but I digress.
Pruvit, okay? If you can relate to that, can you drop me I don't know, make some hearts fly across the screen, share this out, whatever, so that I know I'm not alone, right? And so this assumption stops people in a lot in business. How many of you guys have had a failed business before? You've tried network marketing before and it didn't work with you, with that company, with that leadership, with that.
Oh
And
my
so
God, shut up.
You don't end up trying again with anything else, okay? And so it stops us, right? Maybe you wanted to join another company. Maybe you wanted to join me. Maybe you wanted to try a different product, right? This could be in your health and wellness journey as well. Maybe you've tried a bunch of different health and wellness products before and nothing worked, so you're afraid to try again, okay? I know a lot of you guys can relate to this. So this is called an assumption, and it's holding you back in your life. Just because you failed at something before doesn't mean you're going to fail again. And so, are you guys taking notes? You should definitely be taking notes.
I'm taking notes.
I love these glasses. You can actually get them in the link in my bio. If you like.
Shit.
They're blue light.
Guess what? These are blue light glasses. You can get them. There's a link in my bio. I have an affiliate link. She didn't say that. I have an affiliate link where I make money if you buy these glasses. Oh my God, girl. Do you have any shame at all? No.
And then I also have one pair that has my prescription in it. So if you are somebody that is riddled by assumptions, hopefully you're taking notes, but write this down. Write 5 ways that you are different now than when you failed at something. Right? Write 5 things that are different now than when you failed at something.
Okay, I'm just going to answer this. What are 5 things that are different now than when I failed at paparazzi? Let's see. I have my living room, dining room, back. It's not filled with jewelry. What else is different now? I'm 163 pounds lighter. Yeah, that's different. I developed osteoarthritis, psoriasis, psoriatic arthritis, and my immune system is in the shitter because I was exposed to metals. That's different. I have less money than I did because I spent most of it on paparazzi jewelry. Because I was trying to build my business, and inventory meant customers, and the more inventory I had, the more customers I would have. And I learned through all of that I was lied to, misled, and deceived. And by going through that, I decided to change something about my life. And that was to educate and inform everybody else about the mistakes I had made, and to give them the empowerment they need to open their eyes to see that they're making the same mistake and to stop the bleeding. Okay, so those are the 5 things that are different. But thank you for letting me put that out there. Let's go back to Sydney in Texas.
Okay, so I think about my 3 failed businesses. How was I different when I started with Pruvit? How was I different when I started my 4th? I had a burning desire that I had never experienced before. I had people to run with that I had never experienced before. I had...
Burning desire? You're using some of your pure romance speak there, honey, so good on you. I have a burning desire.
A product that I was absolutely obsessed with. I had a full-time job that I wanted to quit really, really bad. And how was I different?
How could you not find a different full-time job that treats you better and won't burn you out? That's my question.
I was over a year in recovery. And so I had started on the self-growth, the self-healing, the self-forgiveness journey, okay? So if you are struggling with assumptions, if this is one of the blocks that is holding you back in your life, I want you to write down when you're like, I want to try that new health and wellness product. I want to try that new business. I want to try, but I failed in the past. I want you to write down 5 things that are different.
I want to get to 1,000 subscribers this month, and I'm surely trying.
Okay, so maybe you're looking at another company to join and you're like, I failed at 3 companies in the past. Maybe this time the leadership is better. Maybe this time the training is better. Maybe this time the community is better. Maybe this time they're not teaching you to send cold messages so you know that you can be...
Training is better. Community is better. Is the product better? Is the compensation plan better? No cold messaging. Yeah, that would be nice, but no.
More successful because cold messages make you cringe like nobody's business, okay?
Yeah, they do.
What is different this time than last time, all right? So the second thing that's holding people back in life, if you guys are getting value from this so far, make sure you share it out. If you share it out, drop me the word shared in the comments below. And
Thanks for sharing with me, person who sent this to me.
The second thing that is holding people back in life is interpretation, okay? I hope you guys are taking notes. Interpretation, write that down. This is the belief that you are, that something about you, the belief that you have about something. Okay, so
hopefully I spelled that right.
You have about something. My notes are written in like a light pencil. I can barely see them. Belief that you have about something, okay? So I want you to understand this. This is an interpretation is, I'll give you this little snippet and it'll make a little bit more sense. There is a difference between what is true and what is the truth. Dallas Mendoza, thank you for sharing, babe. There is a difference between what is true and what is the truth.
Interpretation. This action is open to a number of interpretations. It's a way of explaining something or a way of something being explained. It's a stylistic representation of someone's creative work or role. But how you interpret something, that word has so many different meanings. But if she's going to go into the act of explaining or reframing your frame of mind or your way of thinking to get you to join her and this is what's holding you back, no. Here's my interpretation of everybody who does multi-level marketing. With those who are actually trying to make a legitimate go of it, by selling the product to an end user, not to other consultants, and by making the product, by actually giving it a real go at it, great. But those who are selling the opportunity and building their team and doing all this motivational kumbaya bullshit, you're doing that so you can take advantage of people. That is my interpretation. That is my assumption, and let's keep going because that's what I'm getting from this.
Okay, so what is true is your opinion. Something can be true in your opinion, but what is the truth? That is what is universally true. That is what is true for...
My opinion is, and my perception is that you're doing this to scam people, and everyone who's watching it is taking it to, to scam others. This is right from the Eric Worre playbook, in my humble opinion.
Everybody, right? So this could be something like, I'm bad at live video. Maybe you think you're bad at live video, but universally, no, you're probably better than most of the world because you're actually doing the live video and most people aren't, right? So think about it that way. What's universally true? Are you really bad? Are you the worst at doing live video, or are you actually pretty good at doing live video because you're trying it all? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense, Sid.
Between what is true and what is the truth. So with interpretation, if this is something that you're struggling with, I want you to remember that just because you see something through a lens doesn't mean it is true. Just because you see something through a certain lens, just because you think that you're bad at talking to people, you think you're bad at selling. How many times do I hear that? You're bad at selling. Maybe you're not bad at selling. Maybe it's just a strength not yet developed. Maybe you just haven't learned the skills yet. Just so you know, selling is a skill. It's a skill that everybody can learn. So if you're like, I have not joined your business because I suck at...
Selling is a skill that you can learn, but selling also is extremely hard if you are not good with rejection. If you hear the word no and you take it personally, that is hard. Okay? If you are not prepared for that. So sales, yes, anyone can learn how to sell something. But you also have to learn to deal with rejection, and that's something a lot of people who try out sales have a hard time with. I'm just pointing that out.
Selling, it's a skill that is learned. I was terrible at selling when I started in this industry. The next thing I want you to ask yourself if you're struggling with interpretation.
Okay, but you just said that you were great at booking and selling your cleaning services, but you just didn't bother to show up. So you were successful at booking and selling your cleaning services. You just were piss poor at actually going and showing up for the job you booked yourself. So which is it? You're great at selling or you were shit at selling? For me, it sounds like you've always been good at selling. You've just been bad at actually showing up to do the job. But, you've contradicted yourself so many times in this. That's just what I'm pointing out.
Is what is another way to look at this, right? So like I said, I put it in
and honey, can you put the bottle down? Stop fucking with your hair. I mean, my God.
Perspective for you. Are you really bad at live video, or are you working on getting better at live video and you're better than a lot of people because you'll do it at all? The next thing is, how do I know that this is true? Who told me that this is true? What is the hard proof?
Did God tell you that it was true?
That this assumption, this interpretation about myself, not assumption, interpretation about myself is true. Ask yourself, what would my upline think? So if I said something really, really negative about myself, what would your...
And this comes into the indoctrination and cult-like mentality. What would my upline think? What would the owner of the company think? So I'm just going to put this into paparazzi. What would Erica Cole think? What would Mandy Henchmean think? What would Crystal think? What would Melissa think? What would fill in the blank think? Alyssa Levia, Carla Neal Pierce, Taylor Kirby. What would they think? When you worry more about what your upline thinks than what your spouse thinks, you got a problem. And yeah.
Your upline think? What would your leader think? What would somebody that you respect think? What would they say? And then what else could be going on here?
And honestly, for me, I wouldn't give a flying fuck. What Taylor Kirby, Misty Kirby, any of those upline elites, I don't give a flying fuck what they think. Okay? My opinion, my perception, my reality is fine. I don't care what anyone thinks. I am not scared of your opinions of me because I know who I am. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of what I've become. I'm proud of what I'm doing with my life. I like that I have received validation for these videos time and time and time again because people send me their stories and tell me that I helped them open their eyes and get out of a situation that was toxic to them. This is just another way to open people's eyes to the toxicity of multi-level marketing companies.
right? So maybe you feel like you're terrible at live video, but maybe that's because you were told by a teacher in elementary school or in middle school or in college that you were horrible at public speaking, and so now you have this like scar, this trauma that you're associating with your current life. If that makes sense, can you drop me a yes in the comments below? Make sure you share this out if you're getting...
More people are afraid of public speaking than dying. Okay? That's just fact. Jerry Seinfeld even does a joke about it. And nobody has told me that I suck at public speaking, but I was terrified to do it. I still hate doing it in front of big crowds. Me doing it in front of a camera is not the same thing. Okay? Me doing it to a camera is not the same thing. Going live, that still makes me scared, but I just look at it this way. It's words on a screen. But I have relationships with the people who watch my channel, and I enjoy conversing with them. Does that make sense? I hope so. But yeah, just because you feel afraid of doing something, yeah, this is your interpretation, or is this where we're segueing into limitations? Let's see.
Getting some value from it. Okay, the third thing that holds people back in life, that is blocking you from everything you want in life, that is blocking you from your success, is limiting beliefs. Now, limiting beliefs are a generalization, stereotype, idea you learned and accepted about yourself that limit you. How many of you guys struggle with limiting beliefs?
I don't struggle with limiting beliefs. I struggle with my body and its limitations. So, limiting beliefs. I can't tell you how many people have limiting beliefs because they refuse to think outside of their bubble. Okay? They are stuck in their bubbles. They are stuck in their world view. And they don't expand their horizons to see outside of those bubbles. So they limit themselves within their structure, within their belief of what is true versus what is not true. And, you know, that's why I always say, if you have the means, if you have the money, travel. See the world. Step outside of the United States and see what other countries do, how they live. I keep knocking that over. But step outside of the world and see different cultures. See how different cities, countries interact. You know, I love walking through the streets of Amsterdam in the Netherlands. They do have a red light district. I have never set foot in it, nor will I ever, because it's not something I want to do. What do I like to do? I like to walk down the streets with all the museums and with all the cheese shops and, you know, spend time, you know, exploring food when I travel to other cultures. When you experience that, and you experience the people that are passionate about what they do, the cheese makers and the flour people and the people who do the pickled eel, which is, ugh. Or is it herring? Is it herring in Amsterdam?
What?
Do they do pickled herring in Amsterdam?
Yeah, I think so.
Where's the eel? Is that in
They
Norway?
do eel too, yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
It's smoked eel, I think.
Smoked eel and pickled herring. Not my thing. But David tried it. I took one bite, didn't like it, spit it out. But we tried it, and he's like, oh, it's good. Oh, I would love to see you gross out my mom this year when we do that. Let's do that. Let's watch her get grossed out. It'll be fun. Because she's limiting.
But seriously, how many of you guys struggle with limiting beliefs? I struggle with limiting beliefs all the time. I struggle with limiting beliefs all the time.
Yeah, you're stuck in Texas.
I'm done with that. All right, bye. Okay. People are being weird.
Yeah, because
so limiting beliefs, a limiting belief that I have struggled with in the past is, wow, I've struggled with so many. Okay, I can't be successful because I'm an addict. That's a limiting belief. What is the one that I recently started?
I need to stop buying paparazzi jewelry because I'm addicted to it and I have too much. That's not a limiting belief. That's being honest with yourself. Saying you're an addict, that is also being honest with yourself. And that's a cue that you are asking for help. Okay? That's just my opinion. That's my humble thoughts on this. So let's keep listening to what she has to say about limiting beliefs.
Started, like, thinking through. It'll come to me. But a limiting belief is a generalization, stereotype, idea that you learned and accepted about yourself that limits you. So I want you to ask yourself, when you start feeling these limiting beliefs, where did I find that? What evidence do I have to support that belief?
That is so true. Where do we find stuff? Let's see. Where did you find that? And I'm just going, because, okay. When someone says something to me, I ask them to explain it to me like I'm dumb. Okay? Especially when I hear a racist joke or someone talking about a law. And I saw a YouTube video where some lawmaker was asking another lawmaker, because she introduced a bill where you can't talk about sexuality. And he said, okay, so who is Martha Washington? And she said, well, she was the wife of George Washington. He's like, so how is this allowed under your bill? And she looked dumbfounded, because you can't talk about sexual orientation. Well, here's the deal. Being straight is also a sexual orientation. Okay? And the fact that it's okay to talk about straight people, but not bi people, gay people, lesbian people, transgender people, talking about straight people is fine, but talking about any other orientation is not okay. Under that bill, even talking about straight couples is considered a violation of that bill. She didn't see it that way, though. And instead of saying, oh, I should probably take this off the floor, we shouldn't try to pass this bill, she doubled down. So, where's the evidence that supports your claim? And I always ask people to show me the evidence. Show me the evidence that supports your claim. I have yet to have someone send me evidence that supports that this company is not a pyramid scheme. That all companies are not a pyramid scheme. Send me evidence that supports your claim. Okay? Someone sent me the evidence of Jamie Warren that she's an Empire Diamond seller. But guess what? She's also an elite. She may not actively recruit, but she is also an elite within the company. So there is some recruiting going on. I don't know if it's behind the scenes or if she's messaging people. I don't know. But she is also an elite with paparazzi. So she does sell the product, but she also has a team. So again, send me evidence where there is an Empire Diamond seller that does not have a downline. I've yet to receive that evidence.
How does that belief limit me? What makes that true to me?
Where's the religious aspect coming into this?
I recently have been struggling with a limited belief. I'm breaking through it right now. Okay, I've been struggling with a limiting belief that somebody else will do it for me, right? And so I don't know where this idea came from, but I think that
probably your upbringing. Your parents probably did everything for you. They helicoptered over you. That's just my thoughts. Because the fact that you would book a gig and not show up for it, did you think someone else was going to go? I mean, did your mom do your homework for you? I mean, this is what I'm thinking at Big Pause, but that's what I'm thinking.
I thought that if I piddle-paddled my way through business, right, because business has been slowly increasing over the last 4 years that I've been with Pruvit. Business has been slowly increasing over the last 4 years, and I think I just thought that if I stuck and stayed long enough, that if I did the same work and the same consistency and the same devotion, the same commitment, that's the word I'm looking for, the same commitment, that things would grow and all of a sudden I'd be a millionaire. Now that's a weird limiting belief, but can you see how that might apply in your life, right? Maybe that's somebody saved me. Somebody always saved me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
In my past somewhere, somebody always saved me.
Yeah, because you were, and I'm just going to say, you were too spoiled by those people who saved you. And you have not yet learned how to save yourself. Okay? David and I were latchkey kids growing up. We didn't, we would go home from school, have the key around a chain, and then when we get home, we'd make ourselves a Pop-Tart or fight with our siblings over the last Twinkie or something stupid for our after-school snack. And then, we would get our homework done, and if we needed help, we would ask our parents when they got home. But we would get our homework done. We would do our chores, and then we were self-sufficient growing up. We had to be, because both parents had to work to support a family because wages were stagnant. We were going through, back then, bad inflation, bad job market, and, interest rates were through the roof. It was kind of a requirement of our childhood to not limit ourselves, and we had to be self-sufficient. No one was bailing us out. But the fact that she was always bailed out tells me that she's probably in her early 20s, and she had helicopter parents.
So now I feel like somebody is going to come save me now. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what are your limiting beliefs that are stopping you from doing things, that are stopping you from being successful in life, right? So maybe for you it's I can't sell. Maybe for you it's I can't build a business. Maybe for you it's I'm not a good leader. Maybe for you it's people don't like me. Maybe for you it is, that's another limiting belief that I'm working through, is that people don't like me in person.
Yeah, well, and this is just my opinion, if I met you in person, I wouldn't like you, and here's why. You come off extremely fake. Okay?
So, I'm super bubbly, super loud, super Queen Sid on the internet, but in person I'm super introverted, I'm super quiet, and it ends up kind of throwing people off sometimes. And
I'm married to an introvert, and he would never do something like this, so no, honey, you're not introverted.
I have this limiting belief that people don't like me in person, which is not true. It's not true.
I mean, I can't even get my husband to be on camera with me. He'll happily share his opinion off camera, which is why he's off cam Dave. But he doesn't want to be on camera, and I respect that. So, but, I don't believe she is introverted because she's on this camera right now. Most introverts don't even want to be in front of a camera.
Right? It's not true. So when you start to feel those limiting beliefs, where did you find that? What evidence do you have to support that belief? And how does that belief limit me? What makes that true to me? Okay, so make sure you ask yourself those questions when you are feeling those limiting beliefs. Now, the fourth thing that is holding people back in life is actually something that is like inside your body, right? And this is called a gremlin. And a gremlin tells you that you are not enough. It comes to you in your own voice, which is the problem, right? A gremlin comes to you in your own voice. It is literally you inside of your own body, inside of your own head, telling yourself that you're not good enough. It is literally you inside of your own body, inside of your own head, telling yourself that you will never make it in this industry that you...
I just think of The Emperor's New Groove. Oh, my shoulder angel. I see the devil over here doing push-ups and making that funny voice, and the other one goes, no, wait. He's actually right. I mean, come on.
You will never succeed, that you will never hit your goals, that you will never. So the first thing with a gremlin is making sure that you have some awareness around the fact that the problem with gremlins is that they come to you in your own voice, and you trust your own voice. So anything that comes to you in your own voice, they sound just like you. They're speaking to you in a way that you would speak to yourself, right? This is when we're super mean to ourselves, right? And so the first thing is that awareness that this is a gremlin. This is not me talking. This is like my alter ego, my negative alter ego, right? So this is an awareness around the fact that this is a gremlin. The next thing with gremlins is you need to embrace the gremlin.
No, you don't.
Because the gremlin, whatever it's saying to you, is saying it to protect you. I know that sounds crazy, but your gremlins are in your brain saying whatever they're saying to protect you. They want you to not get hurt. So they hurt you before you can hurt yourself, right? So you embrace this gremlin and then allow yourself to understand, thank you, gremlin, so much for protecting me from XYZ, right? So this leads back all the way to like childhood trauma. Childhood trauma, that's where your gremlins are coming.
Is she a therapist? Is she licensed? Can she make these claims? I don't think so.
Coming in, that's where your gremlins are speaking to you, right? Embrace that gremlin, and then every gremlin serves a purpose and was created to protect you. So I want you to ask yourself these questions. What is your gremlin protecting you from?
I don't think I have one.
And then I want you to give your gremlin a name. Maybe it's Stacy, maybe it's Nancy, maybe it's Karen,
maybe it's
whatever.
Sydney.
Once you give your gremlin a name, you can give your gremlin a new job. Your gremlin's new job is to empower and cheer you on, right? So allow your gremlin to exist, but give them a new job, right? So your gremlin's there to protect you. And so these are your gremlin's going to stop you from doing things that are going to push you forward, right? This is also called fear. And so I've been reading this book by 50 Cent. It's Hustle Harder. It's really, really good. And he was talking about fear in this first chapter. And I got to read this part. Hold on.
Ellie's making her kitty noises because she wants to go out.
Always.
Hold on.
Ellie, come here.
You need to bend fear. You need to bend fear into moments of action at every opportunity, because the fearless does not only recognizes but also rewards one another. And then he also said this other part that I starred: when fear interrupts your routine, it makes you rethink it in any way. It's hooks deep inside of you and will hold on to you forever. Your gremlin is just your fear that is trying to hold you back from everything that you want in life. It's trying to hold you back from things that are going.
Hey, I'm just losing money. That's just your fear holding me back.
Yeah, I'm just losing money. That's just your gremlin.
Yeah.
I'm actually proud that she quoted who she was quoting with this whole gremlin speak. It was 50 Cent and his book that he wrote. So at least she gave credit where credit is due. So I'm kind of proud of her for that. But it's like, okay, my gremlin.
Forward, and I want you to remember that anytime a gremlin pops up, anytime that fear pops up, that is an opportunity to move through it, because whatever's on the other side is exactly what you're looking for. And so fear protects you from getting hurt. Fear protects you from failing. Fear protects you from falling down. And so I want you to remember that fear is a tool to guide you in the right directions.
So why are all the multi-level marketing huns, Eric Worre, Taylor Kirby, Trent Kirby, Misty Kirby, through their Empower Me Pinks and their conventions and all of these other self-help gurus, why do they tell you to ignore your fear? And, nobody cares, work harder. Why are they constantly pushing you to ignore that fear? Because ignoring your gut instinct and turning it off, because they want you to turn your logical thinking brain off and focus on selling their product 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, working your business, being your own boss, babe, is so they make money. You lose money, but they're making money. You're supposed to trust the process through the power of 15 and all that other stuff. You're supposed to trust the process. But ignore your fear, and ignore your gremlins, and don't let assumptions and interpretations and limitations hold you back.
Ignore your bank account.
Ignore your spouse.
ignore your
significant other.
Ignore your financial statements.
Ignore your CPA.
That's just your gremlins holding you back.
This is the worst advice I've heard.
So, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I hope you guys gained a ton of value from that. If you did, make sure you share it out with somebody that you think could get some value from it as well. And I've been really enjoying these daily lives. I hope you guys have been too. And if you guys have anything that you want me to talk about, or you want me to train on, or you want me to whatever, please drop it in the comments.
If your problem is stage fright.
Yeah, this is not a bad advice if your problem is stage fright. It is bad advice when it's about an MLM and selling their product.
Yeah. It's bad advice if they're telling you to just keep doing something that's not working.
All right, Ellie's wants to go out, so Dave has another meeting, so I'm going to wrap this video up and take the Bobby outside. Do you want to go outside? You want to go outside? Yeah? Mommy, I want to go outside. I want to go outside right now. Yeah, we'll do it. All right, so thanks so much for being here today. I appreciate you guys. Thank you to whoever sent me this video. It was very enlightening. I hope you guys got something out of it with me debunking it. And don't forget, I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers this month. Please subscribe down below. Share a video if it spoke to you, and help me reach that goal. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Love you. Thank you much. Bye. Love you guts.